I decided on International Women's Day this year that what I was going to do was chat to some wonderful women doing fantastic work in Scotland. And so, to that aim and end, we have Sarah Haran of Sarah Haran Handbags. I always say Haran, and then I'm getting the Harans mixed
Oh,
up
don't
here.
worry.
Tell us the right way of saying it. And you're going to tell me about the 5 traits or skills that have helped you build and expand your business. So over to you. Tell us how to say it, first of all.
Yeah, Haran, apparently.
Haran.
Yeah.
So,
It's a married name, so I just picked
oh,
it up. Yes, but it does balance very well against Sarah and Haran because it's the
it
right
does.
kinds of letters, and the S and the H, when you balance them, actually makes all of it joins up. So it's kind
Yes.
of strange, actually. So as it's worked out. So traits, gosh, well, I'm sure there's a whole load of science behind all of these sorts of things. So I might not answer in the most scientific way.
Oh, don't just
Um, but
tell us.
yeah, so I think for me, probably focus has, and I don't even know if that's a trait, but I think you have to focus. So for me, that's really quite important, and not get lost in the noise. So it's really easy to get distracted. So being able to focus, I think, in my career has been, helpful. And it means I don't get distracted, which is so easy to do. I think for me as well, organization. I think if that's a trait, I'm never sure if that's a trait or not. All of these, but
Whatever.
yes. So being organized is something that's actually helped allow me to be focused as well. And I think in any business, you need to be organized because you build the right foundations in business or your career. And being organized is just very helpful.
Now,
Uh,
your background, you were a COO of a
yes,
cloud computing company, and I remember thinking, I bet she's really organized. And
yes.
has that helped?
I think it definitely has. Yes, I think it has because it's well, as being a COO, that's all these operations and everything has to fit together, and you're not meant to forget things. And being organised, both in the growth, be how the things get put together. So, my parents would have thought, or probably did think I was odd when I would put, as a child, I would put all the colours together. They would always degree together. I was always trying to put dots on everything to try and file it. And all my clothes are all filed in colours. And before it was even a thing, I was just doing that. So I think I am naturally organised and super tidy. So in my house, if you sit down too long, you probably will get tidied away. So yeah, so try not to be too Monica about it though. I think tenacious, I don't actually let things go. So I think once you get an idea in your head, you've got to see it. So I think probably the trait is more like a project, what's it called, a completer. So I will see it through till the end, which has probably helped with my organization and focus. So these things are all probably made up under one big completer finisher, I think it is.
It
Um,
is.
Yes, so that would be important. I think in business and even in your career, you've got to be willing to sort of look outwards as well. And I don't really know what the trait for that is, but I guess it might be commercial, it might be entrepreneurial, it might just be having an interest in things that are around you. And I think in both your career and certainly when you start a business, it is quite good to be interested. And I think I'm naturally interested. I will read about something and try and find out about it. And not necessarily, I would never try and become an expert in it, but I would want to be able to know about it. Um, and if it can help me in some way in business, then, or at the time my career, then, yeah, so sort of looking upwards and outwards, being inquiring, I suppose that would be. And so a skill that's maybe not a natural trait, but I've had to learn over my career is to delegate. And it's not a natural thing for somebody that's focused, organized, and pretty tenacious. You don't really want to let go of things. But I think it's a trait that you have to learn. If you're not a natural, I think in any career, you have to be able to bring on people around you. You have to be able to trust people. And in any business, it's impossible to do everything yourself. So comes a time when you do have to let go and be willing to delegate. And I remember up until my 30s, I probably thought that I was the only person that could do anything. And I was also lacked confidence as well. So I was always worried that somebody else would be better than me at something. So if I let them have the chance, then, oh my God, somebody would find out how bad I was at that thing. So probably, I realized in my 30s that actually you have to grow up and you have to take people around you and play to your weaknesses and keep your strengths and let them do all the stuff that you're not so good at. And then that becomes, you get then the perfect outcome, hopefully. So those are sort of the things I think in my career and business that, whether they're traits or not, Ros, but there's certainly personality or skills, things that I've had to develop because I wasn't a natural delegator. I might have been naturally organized, but I don't think I was perhaps started out being somebody that could look upwards and outwards. I've learned that as a skill, and I realized the benefit of that, because otherwise you just stand still. And I guess that goes back to being willing to understand that every day is a school day and that you simply cannot and will not ever know everything. So you may as well know that and be willing to be educated and improve your own skills as you go.
Fantastic. So just to summarize, be able to focus with no distractions. And I presume, I'm presuming that you mean to focus on outcomes and sales and all of that.
Whatever the KPIs are whatever you've set yourself, be it a target, a KPI, key performance indicator, or an outcome or a goal, any one of these ways of putting them together to reach them, you need to, I think you need to focus on it and have that up there as I think some people say it's like their North Star or guiding light or whatever.
So focus, organization, which came naturally to you, being tenacious, a completer finisher, making sure everything actually gets out the door, outward looking and interested in everything around you, which gives you ideas, and an ability to delegate. I mean, that's fantastic. That's a great, great list. But finally, let's see a handbag so we know what we're talking about.
Yes. Yeah, the thing that I left all my well-established career for, and the thing that makes these bags different, because a bag is a bag, but what makes it different is the fact you can take that piece off and you can use it as a separate bag at night, and you can then decorate this bag or style this bag in a different way. So then you have different things that you can put on and make that bag look completely different. Playing to my organization, it's actually got pockets of organization inside. You can keep your pens, your sunglasses, whatever, lots of pockets. And I think from my internal need to be organized, going to a meeting or going somewhere where I can pull out a pen or I can find my sunglasses without perpetually looking in the bottom of the bag. My approach to design has been, not only should it be beautiful, it should be functional, and it really should aid any carrier of the bag so that then you feel organized and confident. So that for me is all my thoughts on handbag design. Far too many handbags actually are designed by men that never even use the bag for women, which I always find quite astounding. So yeah,
So that's a really wonderful note to end on. Thank you very much for sharing your insights and your 5 skills or traits, whatever they are. 5 things that made you successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, Ros. It's been a